Hello and welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. As our politics get stranger, I'm here on the sidelines cheering for some of the oddballs that could soon hold very important cabinet posts like RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. RFK obviously made it out of committee. Tulsi expected to do the same after she gathered the support of a very skeptical Senator Young from Indiana. Susan Collins already said that she was going to vote to confirm Tulsi for Director of National Intelligence. And I think this is a great thing. Tulsi Gabbard is one of the few people who has been very vocal about. Her fear of the growing surveillance state in this country, having been subjected to it during the Biden administration when she was scrutinized and also subjected to extra screening at airports. Remember, Hillary Clinton once called her a Russian asset with absolutely no proof because Tulsi has a different way of looking at the world based on her time in service as a combat veteran and also as a congresswoman. And she is one of the few people who has emerged from the state of Hawaii and their politics, looking at things from an entirely different view, which is why I think that she would be a remarkable person to be in this role. Because one of the reasons Susan Collins will vote to confirm her is because she wants to limit the scope of the DNI's office. And Susan Collins says, yes, this is what it was meant to be. It was meant to be much smaller and less intrusive. And I think that's how most of our government agencies should be working. And if we continue on this Doge swing where we are, potentially getting rid of entire governmental departments, if we're not getting rid of things, then we should certainly be shrinking the footprint so these agencies have less power to abuse their power by spying on innocent American citizens. So, how did we learn about all of that? Well, thanks to Edward Snowden. Now, Tulsi has come under a lot of fire in the Senate Intel Committee because in the past she has voiced her support for pardoning Snowden and for the way that he revealed to the world what the spy apparatus, particularly the all too powerful NSA, was doing to innocent Americans and going around what should have been a legal warrant seeking process to peer into the lives of people who had really done nothing wrong and violating their basic constitutional rights.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
So there are many in the libertarian community, and even those who don't consider themselves to be members of the Libertarian Party, philosophical libertarians, who feel like Snowden did the right thing because we have had to reassess the surveillance state in this country. Tulsi Gabbard has been one of those people who has argued that it should be smaller, it should be less intrusive, and all of their actions should be lawful, they should be legal, they should be constitutional. She should be applauded for that. These are not fringe beliefs. This is someone whose philosophies and views adhere directly with the Constitution. And, there are many people in both parties who talk about, loving this country and loving the Constitution and, really feeling like we should, as a society, adhere to the letter of the law, but they have no problem running afoul of that and looking the other way when the surveillance state grows way too large. So if you could actually have someone in charge of that apparatus who would make sure that its powers were used justly and that they were curtailed so innocent Americans were not warrantlessly spied upon, I think that would be a massive net benefit for citizens, for society, and for government. So I really hope of all the people that the president has put forth that Tulsi is not the one who is thwarted because her views have been incredibly consistent. She has been terrifically brave, leaving her party, endorsing a president that she feels aligns with most of her views, and reaching out to so many who have been disserved by a two-party system which, combined with a massive surveillance state, poses unacceptable risks to all of us. So Tulsi will make it out of committee. Hopefully she will be confirmed. RFK Jr. is still an absolute unicorn oddball, but there are many people who believe so strongly in some of the things that he has been talking about and the ways that he's going to push back on big government, that it won't be the worst thing in the world to dismantle some of the behemoth that has wreaked havoc on so many people's lives. Go Tulsi! We'll see what happens later as the week progresses. But for now, she is doing her part to save America. This has been Kennedy Saves the World. I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with the Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.